All right, 5:20 this Wednesday morning. It's Earth Month, and this morning we're talking about a small but mighty piece of our environment that helps keep our food system thriving.
Yeah, if there's a bee buzzing around your head, you're almost certain to notice. But have you given any thought to all the bees out there, not just that one?
Yeah, the bee population is declining, unfortunately. Over the last decade, studies show the U.S. and Europe have suffered hive losses of at least 30%. So we went to Messner Bee Farm in Raytown for some bee talk and to learn what a good relationship with them can and should look like.
Right, yeah, so I'm pumping some.
Let's start with the obvious.
Let's walk back a little bit.
Bees
sting. Keep your hands down, just keep walking backwards.
But honestly, we can do more harm to them.
Hands in your pockets.
Why hands in my pockets?
Because the desire to swat is like primal, right?
If we don't respect them.
70 yards away from this thing because of the bee swarming, and that's how far she was willing to say, back up.
This is actually about right.
And we should, because they're vital.
They're visiting flowers and helping to pollinate those flowers so that they can be more successful, make more seeds, and help fruit trees and vegetables and so forth grow to support our food system.
Everything you plant this spring can help a bee, or several thousand.
If you go to like your local nursery and you ask like, what are the native trees here that could like help our bee population, they can point you in the right direction.
But let's go deeper. We need to lower the amount of greenhouse gases we generate, aka our carbon footprint. Cars, electricity, even the food we eat all factor into that number. The average carbon footprint for a person in Kansas City is more than 15 tons. Globally, that number is closer to 4 tons. The bees can literally feel the difference.
Higher carbon dioxide in the atmosphere means lower nutrition for the bees from each pollen source that they visit. That means that their immune system is weakened, which means that every disease that they could potentially encounter, they're more susceptible to.
Kansas City, by the way, has a goal of being carbon neutral by the year 2040.
What about
every year?
So this is edible honey here?
Yeah.
May I?
Yeah, do it.
Oh my gosh.
Honey is one of the top 3 most fraudulent foods that we eat in the United States, so it's difficult. It requires some real sleuthing. But the best way is like a farmer's market or, knowing your local beekeeper.
Keep that in mind, too. Maybe you're even ready to take it a step further and try keeping your own bees. Doing so offers them a safe place and gives you a chance to get your own honey. But you have to walk before you can fly.
My #1 piece of advice is to find a mentor first and work with them for like a year.
Okay.
Because your odds of success are going to go up so fast.
Such a good time out at the bee farm. The Messners also pointed out that you can help bees by just simply keeping a bird bath out with water, because they need water too to make their honey, as well as being more aware of what you're spraying on your plants. The more natural, the better, whatever you're putting out on your plants and trees, that kind of thing.
That's so interesting.
They sent me this honeycomb. I'm going to hold it up so you can see, because I told them I had never had honeycomb before, and they said this is edible. So this is the wax cap on top of that the bees put on top of that. They said that's edible. You can put this on toast, cheese, or fruit, it says, or delicious by itself. Can't wait to take this home and try this. But it's just, it's amazing. It was really a lot of fun out there, and and I should say also, because we've already had questions about it this morning, I definitely wore a yellow tie this morning because I knew this story was on, but we did not plan to wear yellows together. That was unintentional. So our thanks to Messner Bee Farm for letting us come out and talk to them. Really enjoyed them and all the information they had. It was a great time.
Really quickly, Taylor, I got to ask, how did it taste when you tried it?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Really, and I'm not like a huge honey person, but it was really, really good.
Oh, that's
and they
awesome.
talked about that you can tell what plants they've been around based on how sweet the honey is. That kind of thing.
Interesting.
Also, Lindsay Anderson asked a good question this morning we're working on an answer for. Can you keep bees in your own backyard? We're going to try and find some information about that at 6 o'clock and see where maybe you can and can't in the Kansas City area, where that's a good idea. So we're working on that. So